Gemini, this is your year ahead big issue reading for 2026. Oh boy. you would. You would. Prostitute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. All right. So let's see what that means for you in this context. I'm going to just cover that up. Just cover it up. Freaking Gemini has always got something saucy for me, I swear. So, what's the big issue? Feeling like you're expecting heartbreak before it happens, negative expectations. I've already failed 3 times. Why wouldn't I fail a fourth? And just overall discontent. And what's challenged for you to do? To remain emotionally tapped in and tuned in, sensitive and compassionate in the face of narcissism. In the face of people who have unearned authority and who are flexing it against you. Family issues. Okay. What's at the base? People who are trying to manipulate, manage, overtake, overwhelm, just control everything, right? And it's a struggle to remain empathetic. Why is this happening now? The Magician. You have everything that you need. You have become empowered. You are now manifesting. And you've manifested someone to control your whole fucking life. There needs to be a communication that happens here. Communication may have already happened. Did you say something to this person? If so, what was it? Oh, you love them, huh? I'll go along with what you say because I need your love, because we're in partnership, because we have an agreement, because something. You haven't learned about what it is your own wish fulfillment and how it's not coming true because this person's standing in the fucking way and telling you what you need to do. You are a money master. You have everything you need. You don't need to go outside of yourself. You're stabbing yourself in the back here. Holy shit. Okay, we're tuned in now. This is okay, so with this card, this is a difficult situation you're having to manage because you got someone around you that is absolutely dominating, domineering, and trying to control and overwhelm you and overtake you. But by agreeing to it on some level, especially on an emotional level, to try to get through it and survive it, this has caused you to dismiss and eliminate from your life the potential for your own wish fulfillment. It's a self-harming situation because you're just trying to juggle everything. So this is the biggest issue you're facing, right? What is the most recent thing that happened to lead up to this? A lack of control, things get growing chaotic, needing support, you're in a place of dependency. You weren't able to control the concept or the reality that you are financially dependent on this person, perhaps. Yes, and they want to micromanage your whole life. This is an extreme case, okay? If you thought this person isn't that bad, I'm here to tell you otherwise. What are you thinking about through this process? What's on your mind? I'm sure a great deal, but here's the story. Needing to get out in the world, needing to spread your wings and fly, needing to bring an end to the circumstance and situation, looking at all of the details instead of trusting your own intuition and better judgment, lack of faith, and just trying to struggle to juggle the situation to survive it. Okay. What's the most likely thing to happen next for Gemini regarding this situation? Continue to be like looking at all the options, even living in a state of delusion and illusion and escapism. There's a hierarchy here, and your role in it is keeping you safe and secure. But there's also a willingness to let down your defenses here. Let your guard down. Why are you letting your guard down because of the hierarchy? Because you feel like you're all in it together? Whether that's the family group, at a workplace or something, you're letting down your defenses. What's the result of that? What happens as a result of that? Disempowerment. Wands turned against you. Lack of inspiration. The inspiration and drive gets dispersed here because you don't have your defenses up against this. So whenever you do feel some type of inspiration to exit the situation or empower yourself enough to get out from under the yoke of this very manipulative and controlling energy person, really, because you let your defenses down and you indulge in escapism, all of that energy is just dispersed, and then you just don't have the will to go on, and then you don't escape. So what? Fuck. Okay, so what do you need to do? What do you need to do to be able to escape? Okay, this flew out. When the timing is right, you choose yourself. King of Swords. You have good judgment, not this person. They are going to say, I know what's best. They are going to say, let me do it for you. You need to use your own better judgment, because this King of Swords has way fucking better judgment than all this mess. When the timing is right. It's not right at this very second that you're watching this, because it flipped out reverse, but it will be when opportunity strikes. And that's why it's important that you prepare yourself for that opportunity. Okay, we're going off topic here, but, well, it's not off topic. It's following the lead, right? Let's follow the lead. What does Gemini need to do to prepare themselves for when the opportunity arises, for them to extricate themselves from this situation? Tune out what other people are saying, first and foremost. If there's other people around you that are saying, well, you should really do this, especially if it's this person, or whatever, if it's someone you live with, someone that you work with, a boss, whatever, and they're like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, that's how you know to do the exact opposite, damn near, is what this is saying. Don't look to others for help. Don't expect anyone else to provide for you. Also, you need to start building a skill or talent. This is something that you can be good at, that is part of a money-making opportunity, going to work for someone. This card upright would mean working for yourself. Look out into the world, see what options are out there. Start coming up with a plan, an escape plan. What else? At all costs. At all fucking costs. You need to take an attitude towards this that you were going to do it no matter what the fuck it takes. Because the alternative is the more of the same. It's going to continue to be heartbreaking. Okay? It's going to continue to be a fucking mess. This person will not relinquish their control willingly. You have to fucking take it for yourself. Damn, dude. Okay. What's the word of warning here? This is a fucking burden to you. You're carrying someone else's burden as well. This is their dreams, their hopes, their wishes, their desires. Knight of Cups reversed. No one's doing the heavy lifting for your emotional well-being right now. And also, the love is conditional. You need to know that when you walk away from the situation, anything that you thought was here is gone. They will withdraw it like that because you didn't do as they told you. And you need to know this. This is in the warning. Why is that? Because it will help with the fears and anxieties over... Part of the preparation is accepting that this is going to happen this way and that there is nothing you can do about it to control how they think or how they act or how they respond to you. And yet it is still absolutely the right thing to do. This will cause a major change for the better, a transformation for your entanglement here, for you're chained to this, and that's got to fucking stop. It's not going to get any better. You think things get better in hell as time goes on? Fuck no. I am so sorry. Okay. What do they need to know about this fucking Emperor reversed fucking idiot? The King of Wands reversed idiot. This Burger King, my way or the highway person. What do they need to know? Knight of Pentacles reversed. They have their own type of instability that I feel you feed them. Hermit. Knight of Swords reversed. Once you learn that you can't help them with their own instability, you can let go of what you've been holding on to here. And if you've been holding on to financial resources, know that because, you know, it's like, well, they keep the roof over my head or they keep me in a job, at least I'm making money. Just know that you are going to probably have to walk away from all of that, but it will be worth it because it's only a 4, you know, you could have a 10. Their instability is something that you can do nothing to help. And you're only supporting them as long as you go along with what they want you to do and say. What's the word of solace for Gemini through this? Things can move very quickly, actually, once you let things go that you were holding on to. Once you let go of the job, once you let go of the house, once you let go of the money, whatever you're owed, whatever is safe, whatever is comfortable, these things that you've been justifying to yourself through all of this of like, well, I'll just put up with the bullshit. I'll just put up with the bullshit with this card, you know, the prostitute card. I'll just go along because at least I'm making money. Once you let go of that, things can move very quickly towards healing this heartbreak. Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's nothing that you need to offer them or that needs to be offered to you to get you out of this. Like, you don't need to wait for a financial windfall. You don't need to wait for a loan. You don't need to give them anything in return. Oh, fuck yeah, judgment. Okay, you're going to know it. When the time comes, you're going to know it. All you need to do is prepare yourself for this person to be fucking pissed that you're leaving. And you need to prepare some type of way, like a job or some other income stream for yourself. And then when the opportunity strikes, you will know it. That is the time to act and act quickly. What's the end result if Gemini attends to this? Lovers reversed, irreconcilable differences, separation. You're out of there. You're free. You're a free motherfucker. Oh my God. Do not let this pass you up. Oh my God. 6 of Wands. That's fucking total self-actualization. That's fucking riding on your high horse. That's success. That's pride. That's accomplishment. Oh my God, you're going to be so fucking charged up. You're going to feel the freedom like you've never felt it before. That is the most free. Wands, 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 wands. You're going to be free to speak. You're going to be free to act. You're going to be free to feel joy and excitement and be impulsive and want to like run and charge headfirst into your life like you've never felt before. The way that this has bogged you down has been such an ongoing thing that like you're having trouble seeing it. Only in certain times can you see it because you're trying to just make everybody happy and make it this person, you know, like, okay, here, I'll give you this. Just please shut up and leave me alone because you're fucking so controlling and have all this instability. You're trying to keep them stable and keep them propped up and keep them held up. Once you withdraw from that endeavor, things will become so much more clear about who you actually are. They have been draining and sucking you dry. And I know maybe it's been a very long time. Maybe you've never been free of this person, you know? Or it's been a very long time since you have, but you can't even imagine how much energy will be returned to you once you cut them off. When you're sitting there now thinking, I just don't know, you know, I don't have the energy to do anything about this, it's because you don't have fucking good boundaries. You don't tell them to fuck off. Because it's going to create a chaotic situation because they are unstable and they're going to make your problem. And I understand all that. You've got to do what you got to do in the situation. Prepare yourself to take advantage of an opportunity that's going to come up this year. With the Eight of Wands, hopefully sooner rather than later, though I couldn't say for sure. It's different for everyone. But you will know it when you see it. You'll be like, this is my fucking ticket to freedom and I'm going to take it. And they're going to tell you no. And they're going to say it's not a good idea. And then they're going to start throwing a fucking tantrum and trying to withhold anything they possibly have control over. Make sure everything is in your name. Make sure you have access to all your paperwork, all of your information. Make sure you have your documents lined up. A strategy and a plan needs to be had here to get out of this. And you must do it at all costs. Damn. Okay. Let's get a clarifying life situation card. Fully immersed. Everything you want is all around you, just waiting for you to see it. Sculpture of self. This is like all the same cards I just got for Taurus. Embrace potential. Explore an abundance of opportunities with an open mind. Answers reveal limitless horizons on your journey. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. This is all like, okay, everything that you want is all around you. This potential is here. It's just a matter of seizing an opportunity when it arises. The potential is here. And it's all about your self-actualization. You cannot do that when someone is completely dominating you. And this person will not stop because you ask them to. They're not conscious enough to do that. Okay, let's be clear here. A card for Gemini, please. The Pendulum. Matter of choices. Matter of choices here for you. Card number 50. They're fearing rejection, I just got. When you reject them, they will fucking lose it. You have to be ready for that. You have to accept that. It's not worth... Are you going to spend the rest of your life letting them manipulate and control you? You know, this can't go on. You're more valuable than that. You don't deserve this. And I'm sorry, this is the only way out of it, but it is. Sign of answered prayers. What you seek is seeking you. Aligning, receiving answers, trusting, building authentic connections. What is meant for you is not going to pass you by. The prayers you are planting, the intentions you are setting, and the work you are doing for your growth are energy that is sent to the universe, and it is listening. The pendulum is a sign that lovingly says, your messages are heard. All the energy and the intention you have set into the universe is not wasted. The more you work on your inner self, the more things will start to align in the exterior world. That's when you will reach that fucking point of potential, that point of opportunity. And because of the sign of answered prayers, you will know it. Perhaps you have outgrown some of the relationships and situations and feel they no longer fit you. That is okay. It means you are making room for your soul family and looking for connections in alignment with your truth. And this will require you to question who you were so that you can get to know who you are now, the sculpture of self card there. Honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. It goes on and on and on. One last card for you from the Messages of Cosmic Oracle cards. Give us some guidance and support for Gemini. Guilt is a normal feeling. Yeah. There's some element of guilt here about having to walk away from this person and how that will completely, it will destroy them, okay? I'm not going to say to what effect, but when you look at a person like this, what you see is someone that has formed such a strong dependency on another and not built anything for themselves. And I would even suggest looking to see if they have done this to anyone else before you. Once everyone is strong enough to remove themselves from this person, only then can they start to build their own feelings of self-worth and their own autonomy, where they're not trying to control other people the way that this person is doing, where they're not trying to make, you know, a mini-me out of you, or they're not trying to dominate and micromanage you and tell you everything that you need to do, even though you're smarter than them. And things of that nature, you know. They can't do it for themselves until the titty's removed from the mouth, okay? You're the owner of that titty. You've got to take it out of the mouth. I'm sorry, man. That's just how it is. That's how it goes. They don't have the wherewithal. Why would you, if someone was giving you $10,000 a month, but, you know, that person was very miserable in doing so, but they weren't going to stop, would you tell them to stop, or would you keep taking the money? Because you need to eat to live, right? Would you just keep taking the money because the alternative is you have to go out and get a job? Like, what are we talking about here? Of course they're not going to change their ways. Trust yourself always. Trust others once they've earned it. I guess at this point I would ask yourself, has this person had any advice for you that was truly, genuinely good? Have they ever guided you or told you what to do that actually benefited you in actualizing your true self? That's the question you've got to ask at this point. I wish you luck. If you like that, please like and subscribe. And check out your rising sign and Venus sign readings. Those are monthly readings that I do every month for love relationships for the Venus sign and monthly checkups for the rising signs. Stay strong. You're going to get through this. This will not pass you up. Make sure that you're doing what it takes to prepare yourself for the opportunity to get yourself out of the situation. Quit the job, leave the home, leave the family, leave the person. You know, your actualization is so important, and you cannot spend much time worrying about what will become of this person. That's up to them to decide. They're a whole human being, and they can get along without you. So take good care of yourself until I see you next time. Bye.